Let's get into a comfortable position, taking a deep breath, closing our eyes, and really feeling the vastness of the universe within us. How when we close our eyes and we look within, there's this huge, unique energy field that lies within each and every one of us. So just in the moments of quiet time, meditation, turning our energy in, feeling that vast universe within. And taking a couple of deep breaths, relaxing into a deeper state of meditation. And in gratitude for every step of your pathway in life, for all that you've learned, for your awareness, for the work your body does to keep you healthy, healing, and whole. Really breathing that in as we start our meditation today. So today, as we visit our shadow side, I want you to imagine that you enter a large, dark cave. And in the cave, on the cave floor, is a small fire burning. And the fire burning provides enough light, enough heat for you to feel comfortable. So you go into the cave and you start walking around. And the darkness of the cave, maybe the unknowingness of it, brings out your fear animal spirit guide. This is the animal that you identify with when you're feeling fearful. And so if we think of animals and how they show fear, there are many examples, from those of us who like to hide like a turtle, or those of us who like to defend ourselves like a porcupine, or someone who wants to hiss and slide away like a snake. Or it may be someone like a lion or wolf or wild dog that growls and roars. Or maybe it's a little animal that scampers away like a bunny or a deer, or even a big horse that can run so quickly away from fear. Those are just examples of what might be your fear animal spirit guide. Just allow whatever that might be for you to come forward. It's not forcing it, it just will come forward. And it can be any animal, air, water, land. But as soon as it appears to you, you'll know why it's your animal spirit guide in the state of fear. Because you watch how this animal responds in fear, and you know that you do those things also. So allow that animal to come forward in your cave. And because it's your animal spirit guide during times of fear, you two do very well just relating, touching, communicating, understanding each other. Most likely, the characteristics of that animal spirit guide have worked for you for decades, protecting you since you were a small child. We develop coping mechanisms or behaviors to deal with fear. And they're very symbolic in whatever animal appeared to you. And realizing that we're only born with two fears, the fears of falling and of loud noises, we realize that the fears that we have developed are learned fears. They're learned from painful or frightening experiences that stay imprinted in our brains and cause us to feel more cautious, fearful, even when we don't even need to feel afraid. So knowing that our fears are learned, the great part is that we can unlearn those fears. So in communicating with your fear animal guide, acknowledge how you two are similar, how your behaviors, attitudes, sometimes energy fields are similar. And expressing gratitude for the years of protection that this fear animal guide has helped you. Allow yourself to communicate deeply with this animal, whether it's telepathically or with talking or just with understanding and compassion. And as you're breathing in just the qualities of the animal, feeling very comfortable being close to that animal, we also take into consideration that fear and sadness and anger are all very related to one another. So imagine this animal and how it reacts when it's sad. Animals react with sadness after a loss or because of painful situations. So you think of that animal when it has some kind of physical pain or loss of a family member or friend. And in acknowledging their behaviors or reactions, realize that you may be very similar in times of sadness. Really embracing and understanding your behaviors and how you react when you're sad, when you're hurt, when you've had a loss. And close to sadness is anger. And animals in nature, when they're threatened, show behaviors that look like anger, whether they growl or attack or run, sting or bite. When they're threatened, they have behaviors that display anger. So as you're looking at your shadow side, the fear, sadness, anger, and you have this animal representation of what it looks like in your life, you can start to ask this animal if there's other behaviors that might serve you better. If there are other avenues to express your fears, your sadness, your anger, what would that look like if you expanded your typical behaviors to include other options that might be of a greater benefit for you? So you and the animal discuss it, communicate about it, and you may even visualize what it is you'd like to develop more within your repertoire of behaviors. And using the law of attraction, all we have to do is be able to visualize and see what it is we'd like to incorporate within our being, believe it's possible, and then embrace it. So using these moments, embracing the possibility of new behaviors, new avenues to deal with what we normally call our shadow side. And while we're communicating with our fear animal, light is being shown on that side that we consider darker within ourselves. So the cave becomes lighter. Sunlight enters the cave through the entrance, and the cave is light now. And if you know your main animal spirit guide that appears to you when you're not in a time of crisis, or an animal that you identify with more than just your fear animal, bring that into the cave, also in the light, so that all the aspects of yourself can be incorporated. The strong, the courageous, the loving, and also what we consider the shadow side. And whether those animals in nature get along, in this cave they get along just fine. They're compassionate, they're caring of one another and of you. So that you and the animals walk outside into the nature of the trees, the sunlight, the wind, the healing energy of nature. And you feel yourself bond with your fear animal and your main animal spirit guide. As you feel whole and complete, embracing all aspects of yourself, and knowing that each time you spend time turning within, you get to learn more about everything that makes you unique and wonderful on this planet. So soon you're standing in the middle of nature by yourself, knowing and allowing for all the aspects, behaviors, characteristics that you have. Feeling gratitude for your journey in this lifetime. Feeling gratitude for all the animals and plants and all of nature on this planet. Feeling gratitude for all the human beings on the planet and the people that you have the opportunity to cross paths with. And as that gratitude fills your heart, it fills your body, it fills your soul, that deep sense of appreciation brings forth your courage, your strength, your joy. You breathe that in, finding yourself sitting, standing, lying, wherever you are, knowing that your energy attaches to the core of the earth and expands out through your body to an energetic field so far emanating from you. Turning your energy back to knowing, believing, and loving yourself. Giving yourself credit for spending time alone in this time of meditation. And slowly, carefully, paying attention to your breathing, stretching out a bit, opening your eyes, and coming back to wherever you are right now.